Hello and welcome back to Career Mode. Today we are here at the Chinese Grand Prix for round 3 of the championship. And now let's go on to the qualifying report. And so on to the end of our first flying lap here, and again for the second qualifying session in a row we are not on the pace at all, as we can only go into P16 on our first run, and now onto our second run we go up to P15, but we are going to be at risk from Daniel Ricciardo in the Renault. And yes, as we go on to the end of the session, he does indeed improve his time and knock us out of the session. So that's the end of our qualifying.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton and Hülkenberg, Gasly, Butler, Ricciardo and Lucas Faber, Norris, Grosjean, Sergio Perez and Raikkonen, Kvyat, the Rainmaster, George Russell and Alexander Albon, Kubica and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
And on we go to the start of the Chinese Grand Prix from P16 on the grid, and it is lights out and away we go. And we have not got a very good second phase of the start, so that puts us under pressure from George Russell there, but we can maybe find a gap up the inside and up the inside of a couple of cars there actually. And now we're side by side with our teammate coming out of the left-hander here, and now we're side by side with them. Can we overtake them? But then Grosjean slows up a bit, so that kind of puts us off the track there. But now into the turn 5 hairpin, can we go up the inside of a couple of drivers here? And yes we do, locking up as we go past Grosjean here and up into P12. So it's been a decent start for us, but now on to lap 2, and it's going to be up the inside of Lando Norris now, or we're going to try to at least, as now we're side by side with him. And now can we stay around the outside of the McLaren driver, around the left-hander? Not quite, and we're not quite able to overtake Lando Norris here. But now it's on later on to the lap, and now we're under pressure from Romain Grosjean now as he overtakes us with a bit of slipstream. But can we try and go around the outside of him into the hairpin here? And it's going to be side by side, and we're squeezed out ever so slightly, and that means we're not going to be able to overtake the Frenchman now. But as we start lap 3, our teammate goes up or inside into the first corner, and we're going to try and keep it to the inside of the circuit to try and get back past them, but they don't leave us much room there, and we're forced to stay behind. And now later on into the race here, and it is Sergio Perez, and now he's going to try and overtake Romain Grosjean here up the inside into the hairpin, maybe with a bit of DRS as well, and he makes the move stick. And now he is up into P12 in this race, and now it's on to lap 5 here. And now can we go up the inside of Romain Grosjean into the hairpin here, and it is side by side, and have we made the move stick here? And yes we have, and we take P13. But now it is Daniel Ricciardo, and he is in the slipstream of the Haas car of Devin Butler, and he goes up the inside into turn 1, and it is now side by side between the two drivers now, and who's going to come out on top? And we also have the two McLaren cars waiting in the wings for a mistake to happen, and it is still side by side between the two of them, and who's going to come out on top in this battle here? And it looks like, since he's got the inside line, it is going to be Daniel Ricciardo to take the position here in this Chinese Grand Prix. But now cutting on to lap 12, and we've got Romain Grosjean coming up our inside into turn 1 here, and will we try and come back at him here? Maybe up the inside of the second part of the corner we try for the move, but there's just no space for it to happen, so we're going to have to settle behind here for the moment here. And it's a yellow flag behind actually, and it is a virtual safety car, so that could stir things up here in this race. And coming on to the end of the virtual safety car, we've made up a lot of time on Grosjean, so he hasn't maximised his virtual safety car pace at all, and it's the perfect timing for us as we'll get the DRS on Romain Grosjean, and we can try and overtake him in to the hairpin here. Can we make the mistake? And we force Romain Grosjean into a mistake, locking up his tyres, and we'll take back P12 from him. And now it is Sergio Perez, and he is now looking at the back of Lando Norris here and trying to overtake him with a bit of DRS here as well to assist him, and he makes it stick into the hairpin here, and now it's on to lap 14. We are coming into the pits here for a set of hard compound tyres that will hopefully bring us to the end of the race as we go through a tour also there. But now it's on to Sergio Perez into the pits, as well as Nico Hulkenberg, Devin Butler and Lando Norris all at the same time. And into the pits, Hulkenberg comes out first, followed by Devin Butler, and then it's Lando Norris. And Sergio Perez is held up so much there, and that's just undone all his work. But now we go on to Daniel Ricciardo. He's looking to try and overtake Max Verstappen, who is on the two-stop strategy for this race and coming to the end of his stint, as the guys on the one stop, everyone else, they are on fresh tyres, so they're going to have better pace. And now it's Nico Hulkenberg's turn to try and overtake Max Verstappen, and is he going to go around the outside into turn 1 here? It looks like he is, but Max Verstappen is not going to give up on his worn medium tyres, and is he going to hold it here? And they are still side by side as we go on to the left-hander, and who's going to come out on front here? And it looks like Nico Hulkenberg has made the move stick now, and it's now on to Devin Butler, and he is now on the back of Max Verstappen, and he's got some DRS as well. And it's Lucas Weber as well going to try and overtake Max Verstappen here, and Max Verstappen is getting absolutely minced by everyone behind him, and it's now Lando Norris overtaking him as well. So 3 cars have just overtaken Max Verstappen, so he must be struggling a lot on these tyres. And we actually see him going into the pits now for his second stop of the day. But now it's back to us, and it's a virtual safety car here, and let's see what has caused it. And it looks like it's Pierre Gasly, and don't tell me it's the second race in a row that he's got a mechanical failure, and it is. That is so unfortunate for Pierre Gasly, on for a P5 result, but it's more troubles and problems for Red Bull here. But now we go on, and it's Nico Hulkenberg, and he's on the back of his teammate, and they are fighting for P5 now, like Pierre Gasly is out of this race, and this is going to be a very solid result if Renault can stay in these positions, but they don't want to jeopardise it by the two drivers battling and maybe having contact with each other. But now it is Charles Leclerc here, and he's on the back of his teammate, and he's going to try and overtake him for the lead of this Chinese Grand Prix, and it looks like he is going to make the move stick into the hairpin and for the lead of the race. But now it's back on to Sergio Perez here. He is caught back up to Lando Norris, and he's going to try to overtake him around the outside into the hairpin, but he gets it done before the hairpin, and that is up to P9 for Sergio Perez. But now it's Lewis Hamilton, and now he's on the back of Sebastian Vettel here, and he's going to try and go around the outside into the hairpin. It is side by side between the two multiple world champions, and Hamilton takes P2 away from Sebastian Vettel. But now it's Valtteri Bottas, and now he's caught up to the back of Sebastian Vettel. So does Vettel have any issues with his car, because he's lost a lot of time in these last couple of laps, and now it looks like Bottas is going to take the podium position away from him, and now Vettel is down into P4. But now it is Daniel Ricciardo, and he's going to want to come back at his teammate, and he's going to do so with a bit of DRS and around the outside into the hairpin. They're still side by side, and who's going to come out on top in this battle between the two Renault cars? And they are battling over some quite big points for the team, so there's going to be some quite worried people down at the Renault pit wall. But now it's on to Nico Hulkenberg, and he's going to come back at his teammate once more here with some DRS into the hairpin. And can Hulkenberg get P5 back from Ricciardo? And yes, he has for now. But now we come on to the end of the race. Charles Leclerc wins the Chinese Grand Prix, and we are going to just miss out on points for P11.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
And so it is Charles Leclerc who wins the Chinese Grand Prix, followed by the two Mercedes cars who round out the podium. and it's the two Renault cars finishing 5th and 6th, a very good result for them. But if you have enjoyed the video, then do leave a like, share the video around and subscribe to the channel to see more videos on F1 2019. So I will see you next time for another video, and goodbye.